Bella. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're brand new. I'm excited to have you here today. In today's video, I picked up a ton of new makeup from the drugstore. Foundation, concealer, powder, blush, bronzer, highlight. I picked up a ton of stuff and we had a lot of ups in this video, but we also had a major down, and I think that you're just gonna have to watch this video to find out. I know it's long. Grab some popcorn, grab a Coke, grab iced coffee. Let's do this video together. If you're excited, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell, and follow my social medias, which are up here on the screen. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram and all my other fun stuff. If you guys want these products, I will try to like list them down below if I'm able to. All right, I love you guys so much. Make sure you stay to the end. I had a little like surprise at the end for you guys and a little bit of a little personal talk. But all right, I love you guys so much. Let's get started. Okay, so I have this bag from Target. I wasn't even planning on doing this video. Let me tell you the story behind it. I was minding my business, walking through the beauty aisle at Target, not planning on getting anything from that aisle, and I was like, why don't I do like a new makeup at the drugstore try on video? Because I feel like I always do reviews, but I never like implement tutorials in the reviews. So I'm excited for this video. I thought it was a really cool like twist on, you know, some of the content that I do create, and I'm really excited to do it. Also, I'm like a little under the weather right now. My voice is just kind of not, you know, vibing with this weather. It's allergy season here in Florida and the weather's changing and it's really messing with my throat. So if I sound a little raspy, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to push through it. I'm not like feeling bad like other than that. I just like have like a really like terrible voice, but I feel really good and I'm excited to do this video. I was gonna do like a little haul in the beginning of this video, but I think I'm just gonna like talk about each product as I go through the steps, so it'll be like more exciting. I wasn't able to even find like an eyebrow pencil that was brand new, so I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows with the Glossier Boy Brow. This is not from the drugstore. Although it basically is like drugstore price friendly, it's not from the drugstore. So I'm just gonna quickly fill in my eyebrows with this because this is what I do like on an everyday basis. It's so easy. I naturally have really thick eyebrows. I'm Middle Eastern, so that's why I have really thick eyebrows, if you guys were wondering. Okay, eyebrows are done. So I always start with my eyes when I do makeup. So the first thing I picked up is the Winky Lux Cashmere Kitten Palette. This is the cool toned one. They definitely had a few versions of this, but this is just the one that I was drawn to because the front of it was purple. I used to get Winky Lux in my BoxyCharms and I had no idea that they were like drugstore price, like friendly, and that they were in Target. So that's really cool. They're definitely up there in the drugstore prices, like 20 bucks, 25, which is, I guess you could consider like high end because there's are things at Sephora that are like $20, $25. They're still at the drugstore, I guess, for maybe the quality. I hope it's good. But this is what the palette looks like. It's definitely like very cool toned, very pretty. Not something I'd really like be drawn towards. I'm really drawn towards like warm tone palettes and fun colors. So this is gonna be different, but we're gonna create an eye look with this palette. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so we can get a better look at the eyes. I'm just putting a little bit of concealer on my eyes to prep them. Normally I would use the P. Louise eyeshadow base, but I'm really not trying to go all that hard with my makeup today. So I'm just gonna use concealer because I do trust this as an even base. So I will be using a ton of my bling brushes to do my eyeshadow today and also my regular makeup. So if you guys are interested in any of these brushes, I will leave them linked down below. You guys can use code GORIA for 10% off. You're gonna love these brushes. They're my absolute favorite. And yeah, so I just wanted to kind of like update you guys there if you were wondering. The beautiful brushes that I'm using, like what are those? They're bling brushes. The first shade I'm gonna take is Holographic Biscuits. And it's definitely super shimmery, so I'm gonna take a little bit and just kind of set my eyelids with this. I don't want anything too crazy, but I want like a nice kind of sheen. And this is the E3 from the Rose Gold set. Using the same brush, I'm now gonna go into breading and use this in my crease to create a little bit of a definition. I'm not having any problems with blending right now. I think everything is looking good and nice and soft. This color is blending super well on top of the base. It's translating a little bit more pink than it looks in the pan. In the pan it looks like a little bit of like a more nude color, but once it's blended out it's looking like a light pink. From the silver set I'm going to go into the E3 as well and go into Penelope and just deepen up my crease with the shade. It's like a pretty mauve. I will say all of the shades I've dipped into so far are like a shimmer type of color. There's not really like a lot of matte transition shades, so that's something that I personally just am kind of iffy about because I really like matte transition shades and like shimmer on the lids. So that's like a little bit of a drawback so far, but other than that, like the blending is fine. I just do have like a lot of shimmer going through my lid, and that's not just from the first color, that's from like the 3 colors so far that I've used. They're all super shimmery. I'm gonna use the same brush and go into the shade Grumpy and deepen up the outer corner. And I picked up this palette because I wanted to do something different with my eye looks. I feel like I always do either like warm shades or just stuff like in that zone, or if like purples because I'm obsessed with purple. So I'm gonna go into the shade Insta Famous on my E4 from the silver set and just tap in here, and I'm gonna spray it with some setting spray so it just like mints together more and it applies more of like a pigment and not like an eyeshadow. And now I'm just gonna press this onto my lid. That is a really pretty color. It's like a copper. I'm gonna build it up a little with my finger. That's actually looking really pretty and like super like light and girly and just like soft. I really like the way it's looking. I'm gonna use the E1 from the Rose Gold set and go into the shade Prowl. It's like a dark kind of eggplant and deepen it up out here. It's a nice angled brush, so it really helps you get in this corner and keep it steady there. Okay, I think that's everything I want to do for the eyes. I really like the way it turned out. Like I said before, it's like nice and sassy and cute, but it's not too crazy. And it's like wearable. Like, I don't know, I think it turned out really good. And I'm glad I got a palette that's like not really like something I was super drawn towards at first, because I got to experiment with something else. So I'm really here for it. So for mascara, I picked up the Bambi Eye Mascara from L'Oreal Paris. It said it was a new mascara, like on like the little gondola. So, you know, we're gonna try it. It is an instant eye-opening volumizing mascara that opens your eyes, and it's in the shade Black. This is what it looks like for reference. Here's what the carton looks like. It's just silver and super sleek. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes real quick. I always curl them. This is the Surat Beauty Eyelash Curler. Now we're gonna use this mascara. I'm really excited. Wow, that's a very thick little wand. Okay. I feel like I should tell you guys a little bit about my lashes. I naturally have really long lashes and I use like an eyelash serum. So if they look super, super long and you're like, whoa, are those like falsies or something? No. Obviously I would have told you guys, but these are just like my actual lashes. Okay, so here's one side with the mascara and here's one side without it. I actually really like it. It really lengthened them, thickened them, didn't clump at all, and it actually did open my eyes. I'm always down for new mascaras. Like mascaras, foundations, and concealers are some of my favorite things to try besides like face palettes. I actually really like trying everything, so this is like so exciting for me. If you've tried this mascara and you like it, let me know down below. I'm curious about how it wears throughout the day and if it flakes and stuff, but so far so good. Like, I think it looks amazing. Okay, I spoke way too soon. On the left side, it definitely clumped a lot, so I'm gonna comb that out really quickly before it dries. I'm just gonna use the end of an eyebrow spoolie. Just like separating them real quick because I don't want them to dry like that. Okay, I really like the way that looks. They're super long, super lengthened, super thick, not clumpy because I separated it, and everything's kind of vibing well. I'm really happy. So rating the eyeshadow palette, I give it a 10 out of 10. I had no problems with it. I do wish that there were a little bit more like matte colors like for the crease. So actually I give it like a 9 out of 10. But the colors blended super well. The pigment is there, blended well. Everything looks really great. And I actually like the color scheme. I like how it has dark shades, light shades. It really has everything except those like, at least like one like very, very, very matte transition shade, because this one is like pinky. I wish it was like a lighter nude. I mean, like, it's drugstore. I can't really complain about it, but I do like the way it all looks on my eye. I think the colors look really well together. Like, the whole color scheme is beautiful. And the mascara, I really do like this mascara. I think it's a great price. I will probably end up keep repurchasing this. I'm gonna try it a little bit more, see how it wears throughout the day, but so far I really do like it. Okay, so I zoomed you guys back out because we're gonna do my face now. So we're gonna start with primer. I picked up the Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer, and I saw this all over the internet and it blew up for like a little bit of time, and I wanted it so bad. It was on Sephora and then it sold out. It was in my cart and it sold out, so that's fun. But I saw it in store and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to try this, so it's time I get it. But yeah, it's called the Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer. Comes in this like cute little jar. Everything from Winky Lux is super like flowery and like mystical and so cute. I think it's adorable. And it has like this little protector on it. Just smells like putty. I hope this is not gonna clog my pores. So I've already moisturized and I have eye cream on, so I'm just gonna go straight in and apply this on my pore area. Oh, it feels really good. Obviously it feels like silicone and dimethicone, but it's super smooth and it's not like dragging on my skin. Personally, this is just something I will put in my T-zone, not all over my face, because I do have dry skin. So I'm just gonna keep this primer right here, maybe the middle of my forehead, and right here beside my nose and on my nose. First impressions, it feels fine. It looks great. I like the packaging and the component. Obviously, this is going to be something I have to try over the span of a few times and see how it matches with my actual everyday foundation and, you know, that sort of thing. So I will give an updated review in the description box down below, because this video is not going up for like 4 or 5 days after filming it, so I'll have a little bit more time to try it. Next up for foundation, I'm really not sure how long this has been out, but I know I recently saw it like in the past like month or two, maybe even 3 months, on the Trend Mood Instagram. But this is called the Milani Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. I got it in the shade 260 Warm Bisque, and it has a digital blue light filter. It says it's a luminous natural skin finish, buildable for light to medium coverage, and it's long wear. I'm all about the like natural medium coverage, so I'm excited to try this. It's got a really nice pump, and I really like the glass on it. I'm just gonna like pump this, maybe 1 pump at first on the back of my hand. That's actually a lot for 1 pump. A lot came out. The consistency, it's thick. It's not like super runny. It's not like falling down super fast, but it is sliding a little. But I would say it's already pretty thick. I'm going to dot this around my face and then blend it in with my beauty blender because this is my favorite way to apply foundation. So I still have a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm not going to use it quite yet because I want to be able to build it if I need to. But I'm just going to go ahead and bounce this in my skin. I'm going to use the remainder out here on like my cheek area, where I would like apply blush, like bronzer and highlights, and maybe bring it a little bit more on the inner cheek. Okay, wow, that's definitely super nice and natural. I don't feel like I have foundation on at all. I really like how it just kind of evened out my skin tone, didn't add too much, doesn't look too crazy. I'm gonna turn my exposure down so I'm able to show you guys a little bit better of the way it looks on my skin. Okay, so I hope this is a little bit of a better look for you guys. I think the shade match, I did actually really good on the shade match. Super, super seamless. Like, doesn't even look like I have anything on, just kind of evened out my skin tone. I like the first impression it gave me. I'm excited to wear it throughout the day and just really see how it just wears out. Okay, and for concealer, I also picked up the Milani Longwear Concealer and Perfect. They used to have it in like a little squirty kind of tube, if I remember correctly, and I used it all the time, but it wasn't my favorite. So I feel like this might be revamped packaging, but I really wanted to stick with like the foundation and the concealer from the same brand. I got this in the shade 120 Light Vanilla because I do want some brightening on my under eyes. I'm really tired. It's hard for me to get sleep in college, so I do have a little bit of like redness on my under eyes. I'm just gonna apply a little bit under here, and then I'm just gonna pounce this in and blend it out. Okay, right off the bat, I can tell you the concealer is not my favorite. It's drying really quick, and it's hard to move once it's like settled. Like, you have to like literally blend it within like 2 seconds. I don't know, I can just tell it's like not like gonna be my favorite concealer. I really had to work fast to blend that out. Oh my gosh, my hand is tired. I'm gonna even out my face now because my under eyes are super, super light. Foundation so far is definitely a yes, but the concealer I just don't really like. Just from first impression, I really like concealers that are a little bit more thin and easier to maneuver around. It doesn't feel like I have to pounce super hard on my under eyes. That's just like my little first impression of that, and it just kind of, it looks like it's emphasizing my under eyes. I didn't find any like sort of under eye powder at the drugstore, so I'm gonna use my Too Faced Born This Way and just kind of bake my under eyes. Okay, I turned down my exposure a lot so you guys could see this, but there's like these little bumps that are forming over here. Like, do you guys see that? Like, there's one, I know you can see that, and like they're not moving. Is that from the concealer? What are these like little makeup like piles? Ooh, I don't know what that's from. That's so gross. That kind of scares me. Well, we're just gonna go about this side of the eye. Wow, that little patch looks absolutely terrible. I don't know if that's from the foundation or the concealer because I really didn't take the concealer down that far. Maybe it's just like the everything kind of not like blending together. Well, we're gonna forget about that for a second. I got the Winky Lux Diamond Powder in the shade Medium to set my actual face. Hopefully this might help a little. We'll see. It's just like a luminous like face powder. I'm gonna use my F1 from the silver set to use this on my face. If you guys have used this foundation or concealer, let me know if that little patch has happened to you before, because that makes me so curious. Like, it looks so terrible. Powder is nice though. It's really nice and fun. It's adding like a little bit of color to my skin and a little bit like of luminosity. But I am gonna go ahead and wipe away my bake with the F5 from the Rose Gold set, and we're gonna see what happens to this little patch. Okay guys, can you see that? What is this? Like, it's like right here. What the heck? I'm really concerned about that little patch. I don't know how that got there. It definitely happened after I put the concealer on, so it's really hard to tell like what it is. Okay, so we're gonna forget about that. I got the Winky Lux Coffee Bronzer in the shade Mocha Bronzer, and it's coffee scented. I hope this actually does smell like coffee because I'm obsessed with coffee. It doesn't really smell like coffee, maybe like a little, like the after effect, but nothing too crazy. And for my bronzer brush, I'm gonna use the Rose Gold F1. Okay, I'm starting to smell the coffee now on my face. So I do like the tone of the bronzer. It's very warm, but I just really am not vibing out with this base right now because that little patch is really bothering me, and it's making me feel like my makeup looks so bad because I just feel like it does. For blush, we have the Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink blush. It says new on it. So I was like, okay, it must be new. I don't know how new, but it says it's new. And my brush is the E4 from the Silver set. It's really pretty like coral with like gold shimmer, but it looks also neutral enough to be like an everyday blush. Oh, that's so pretty. It's definitely very shimmery. I love the sheen and the effect it's like giving on my cheeks. Okay, wow, I think that's like my favorite thing from this video, and it was so cheap too. Oh, it looks like I've been like sun-kissed. Oh, I'm here for it. And for blush, we have this After Sex Glow that is wild. That Wet n Wild named it that, but it's the blush highlighter Hello Halo. I'm gonna use this side to highlight my actual face because that's a little too bit like blushy for me. I like the golden champagne vibe I'm getting from that color. Oh wow, that's insane. It looks like the Amrezy Anastasia highlighter, like exact. That's like my everyday highlighter, and I can tell you that is so similar. I'm also gonna use this in the inner corner of my eye, and I'm also gonna use it on the face with the Starry Nights F17. Oh my gosh, Wet n Wild really does always kill on the highlighters. Like, we can always count on them for the best highlighters at the drugstore. Whoa. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? I also got the Winky Lux So Extra mascara, and obviously I didn't use it. I'm sad. I'm gonna use this another day and I'll let you guys know how I like it in the description box. And yay me, I forgot a lip product, so I'm gonna use the Glossier lip gloss in the shade Clear. Okay guys, so for the final kind of talk about my makeup, I love the eyes. I think that's like my favorite thing about my whole look. I think the eyes turned out amazing, and I love the mascara. I just think that's like obviously like my favorite thing. Moving on to the face, I love the highlighter, the blush, the bronzer. I think my like blush bronzer highlight looks really good. But the foundation and concealer, I like the way the foundation looked at first, and I still think it looks good on like this part of my face, like the outer parts, but something about it, I don't know, it's like not my favorite. It's not really something that's really like, I really like that, you know what I mean? The concealer obviously is a no-go. I really do not like that at all. I think it's too drying. I don't like the way it blended. It's just like not my favorite, and I don't like the way it's set either. And then these like little makeup pile-ups, I'm like, where did that come from? Is that from the concealer? Because if it is, I definitely do not like it at all. I do want to experiment more with the foundation and use it with like my actual like everyday primer, because I really do like the primer, and I don't think that's what made the pile up, because I kept that like right here, and maybe it could have like gone up here on accident. I don't really know. Like, that's just like something that when you use like face products, you do have to give them like a 1, 2, 3 kind of shot, because they are something that you're gonna have to try multiple times with different products underneath it. That's like what's hard using like foundation, concealer, and primer that's like all different and nothing that's like stable that you've tried before, if that makes sense. But yeah, I really like the way like the powder products look on my skin. Like that highlighter is amazing, that blush, and the eyeshadow is just perfect. All right guys, this video was definitely super different. We had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I had fun. It was definitely cool, you know, trying new things and really kind of expanding like my horizon on this stuff, and you know, just being able to kind of share this video with you guys. If you guys have tried any of this stuff, let me know down below, and more drugstore stuff you want me to try, because I always want to implement high-end stuff, like drugstore stuff. I want to do all that because I want to be a channel that really has everything to offer for you guys. I definitely will do more of these in the future, and when I try this stuff on different occasions, I will obviously update you guys throughout videos and stuff like that. I know this has like definitely been such a long video. Like, I already feel it. I've already like stopped my video 3 times, and they've all been full on 16 minutes. I know it's gonna be condensed, but wow, I'm definitely gonna have so much fun editing this video. Just kidding, I really love editing. Something that's been on my heart lately is to really just like trust in the Lord and just know that He is always there for you. You know, during the times that you have felt alone, you were never alone. He is closer than our very breath. That is just like shocking. It's crazy to hear. I know it's crazy, but oh, my hair right there. So just, you know, that's something to just like really like stay in tune with, is that, you know, no matter whether you're feeling lonely, you're not lonely. Like, God is right there with you, and He is by your side, and you know, call on Him for help, call on Him to give Him praise, all of that stuff. And I just really feel like we just need to really take advantage of the fact that like we're not alone, we're never alone. You know, God doesn't want us to be alone. So I really feel like that's just something that I've been trying to remind myself day by day, that I'm not alone. I've never been alone. I'm never going to be alone, and you're never going to be alone. And I just think that you need to kind of like meditate on that. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I do hope I see you guys in my very next video. Mwah. Bye guys.